But I did ask a couple other girls to join us.
Oh, good.
So 2 of them couldn't make it.
Okay, and I'm going to record this, Perian, so we can send them the link. Hi! Awesome. So it's the 3 of you?
The 3 Musketeers, yes.
All right. Awesome. Well, I'm so excited for all of you. It's good to meet you. Okay, you guys need to, let me see, tell me about you. Okay, Perian, you have the camera go to each one of the girls.
Okay, so there's Rhonda.
Oh, there's Rhonda. Hi, Rhonda.
Hi, how are you?
It's good to meet you. It's good to meet you. Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I'm old. I'm just gonna go ahead and admit that.
Oh, no. I'm old, honey.
Well, I'm 51.
Okay.
And I have 3 grandchildren, and I've been using Pamper Chef since 1999.
Nice.
Was when I went to a Pamper Chef party with my best friend Deanne. And
she's been wanting to sell Pampered Chef since then.
Yes.
Oh my
and she
God.
finally just decided.
It's a dream realized.
Yeah. And
Awesome.
my friend Maggie joined, and she goes, "Oh, you should join. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, that is wonderful. That's wonderful to hear. Awesome.
Of course, you might see me posted on the news, wife was killed because she joined another.
Oh, gosh. Her husband doesn't know yet.
I haven't told him.
Well, that's all right. When you start bringing home those awesome paychecks, he'll be happy.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because then I can pay my own bills and not say, honey, my credit card bill's due.
There you go. Awesome. Well, welcome aboard. So you just signed. Have you had a show or been to a show recently?
I've been to a show, but I haven't had one yet because I just got my kit on the 18th.
Okay. All right. Good. Well, the call I was just on previously was I'm setting up a new Facebook page to teach everybody how to do the virtual shows. And actually, yes. So it's all going to be step by step. And Patty Moserino, Marie Friday, which are 2 nationals and with their company along with myself. And Lori Miller is one of my directors who is very successful at that. She is actually working for us setting this up. We're actually paying her to set this up so we can all So that's coming like within
virtual parties.
like hopefully by Monday or Tuesday. So
I'll definitely be on it.
Yeah. I'll
definitely be on it.
We're all interested in the virtual.
Okay.
And this is Maggie.
Hi. Maggie. How are you?
I'm good.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm Maggie. I have 5 daughters.
Wow. I came from 5 girls. Oh.
I do. I have all girls. I was introduced to Pampered Chef a little bit over 18 years ago, and I have some of the products, like the basic stuff. Actually, I was pregnant with my first daughter, and I went to a friend's Pampered Chef party, and I bought myself some stuff there. And then the lady at the time, there wasn't any online anything. Everything was done on papers and, everything back then. So I signed up and I became a consultant, but I was in school and with the new baby and stuff, but I didn't continue it. But anyways, now I went to Rhonda's party. That's how I started.
Okay.
I went to her party because I had been asking her. I said, Rhonda, where's the lady that sells Pampered Chef? I need to get some more products. She's like, oh, well, I'll get in touch with her, blah, blah, blah. And this went in for like a good 3-4 months. Yeah. And finally she said, hey, I'm having a party. You need to come. And I was like, yeah. So then I went to the party, and we were just talking about either joining or buying because I wanted to buy everything. Okay. And she's like, no, if you sign up, you get this big old kit, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, just take advantage of the signing up. But
She
then
was going to be a kidnapper.
I was just going to be a kidnapper, honestly. Yes, I was. So I was like, I'm going to buy this. It's got the quick cooker because that's what I wanted in the first place. That's when I first saw it at Rhonda's party.
Yep. We made fajitas.
Yeah, we did. We did fajitas. And I was like, oh my God, I want one of those. And it was in the big consulting kit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to do it. But then I got my products and then I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun. Let's just try it out. And then I had my first party. It was really good. It was like 600 and something in sales.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, this is so easy. So then I'm here, and this month I've done really good so far. So I'm really enjoying it. But I do have some of the old products that are like over 18 years old, and I always show like new and old. They actually do last.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do. They do. And that's what I love telling people is you've got horrible light here, so I apologize.
That's okay.
I let people know that it really is an investment in not only now, but for your future, because you're going to be using it for a really long time.
Right.
It's not a like a use and throw product, you know. People use it for a really long time.
Do you have something? Put something here. Will you give me that box?
Yeah.
I
need to clear something up.
Sure.
Rhonda called me because she works with Amanda, and I had met Amanda on Thursday. Rhonda called me on Friday, and we had the party the next week. So it was not the 3 to 4 months it took to get a hold of a Pampered Chef lady.
No, it took Rhonda that long. It didn't take her. It took Rhonda.
Well, no, the Pampered Chef lady that I had, she stopped doing it.
Oh, okay.
So then I was like, I gotta find another one.
Okay.
So they had gone to
you
an
signed
event.
up Rhonda, and Rhonda
No,
signed up Maggie?
I signed up Maggie
first.
Okay.
I called her about the party.
She had a party for me and
That
got me
she did.
started in this circle.
Oh, okay. So
And it was one of those where I called her and I said, let's go.
all
Let's
right.
have a party.
All right. So you're both under Perian.
Rhonda's
Rhonda's
under
me.
Maggie.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right.
Yes.
It all is in the same pot. It's all the same team.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for you guys. Perian called me and she said, oh my gosh, we are really close to becoming a director team.
Mm-hmm.
And you need one more, right? Do you need one more person?
No, we have 6.
We have 6.
Yeah.
Well, she has 6, yeah.
Okay,
I-
you need 6. So 5 of you need to be active, which is with $150 in sales, and then you become your own team, which is really awesome.
With what sales? Did you say 150 at least?
Yes.
150 makes you active, okay?
Okay.
And so what's really, really great about this is that Perian will have access to a whole new leadership resources that she'll be able to share with you, and she'll be able to run your team meetings.
Okay.
A whole bunch of help from Pampered Chef. Right now she's doing it on her own, and hopefully with some help with.
But it's so awesome though. I'm like, you need to hold these meetings because I have way too many kids. I've got way too many stuff going on that if she doesn't do this, I wouldn't do it.
Right. And so it's really going to enhance your team and build your team even better and bigger. When I started, talk about old Rhonda. Here's old. I have been doing this for 33 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I was 28 years old when I started. So do the math. I'm 61, and that's old. Okay. But it's, you know what? I still love what I do. And what has been really amazing is I started just for some Christmas money, very simple, short term. I signed my agreement on September 11th. And back then, believe it or not, our kits cost $400. And you got $800 worth of stuff. So think of the value you're getting today. Yeah. Even at a $99 kit, it's $400 worth of product. We paid that price, and we had no catalog. There was no internet. There was nothing. Okay. So it is so much easier to do business today. And that's my point in that, is it's so much easier to do business. There's so many different avenues to do business today. And what's really cool is whether you want to be live and up front of a group, you can do that. Or if you want to hide behind a computer and do Facebook shows, you can do fundraisers that are, again, totally online. You can do bridal showers and bridal shows, and the bridal party that you show up, the bridal show you're actually part of the bridal shower, or you can just set up a registry and do everything online and have them buy before the shower happens, So those I've got virtual shows all done for that already. So we'll be sharing those on that site. There's something called block parties now. That was the old mega show, but now it's a block party. That's where you add 3 or 4 people onto one virtual show, 3 or 4 hosts, and they all invite their friends and family. And what they do is at the end, when they go to order, they just click on their friend's link. But you're doing one party, you're posting one time for all 4, 5, 8 shows. Okay. So there's lots of different ways to do business. You can be a friends and family consultant where you just sell to your friends and family and love the discount along the way. But we like to help people make money. If we wanted to volunteer, we'd go to the library or the hospital. We're doing this because we want to make some income, and it's really great because it can fit all around your family and the important things in your lives, your other jobs. I don't know if either one of you work outside the home. Do you work outside the home?
Yes, they both do. Yes.
They both do. Okay, so you have 5 kids. You work outside the home, and you're going to do this. You are going to love this. You are going to.
She loves it. She loves the socialization.
I think that's why it was like a big thing, because I get to go out and talk to adults and not kids all day.
Are you a teacher?
No, but since I have all girls at home,
okay,
it's like, after work, I can actually have like a glass of wine and have food and talk about the products that I like, but also get away from my house.
I understand that, because I had a really, really tough child. My second born he was hyperactive, and this is diagnosed, hyperactive, impulsive, super smart, and he was a clown. So you put those 4 things together, and it's just constant, oh my gosh, what are you doing?
Ball bouncing all day.
There was 3 whole years that we did not go to other people's homes. We just had people come to our house because Richie. Okay, we would just be, where's Richie? Where's Richie? He would just do things like put the drill in the toilet. You know what I mean? He would his brain was always going, and he wasn't a bad kid, but he just was curious. He was beyond curious, George. I'm sorry, my cat is deciding to hold on.
Protect.
You know what? They are in a new home. They just moved here 3 weeks ago. And from my house in Florida, my home in Illinois. And so there's all rules have been broken with my cats. Okay. Like on my desk, they never did this at home. On my tables, they never did that at home. I have to retrain them completely because they're in a new house and they think anything goes, but anyway, so I apologize. But when I started, I did it for a small reason. Okay. And I just needed some Christmas money. We were $27,000 in debt, medical debt, from that young man that was really, really tough. Well, when he was first born, from the time he was 10 days old till 11 months, he was in a state of pneumonia. They thought he had cystic fibrosis, and we almost lost him 4 different times.
Oh, gosh.
We went to 5 different specialists during that year, and the $27,000 was what the insurance didn't cover. And we just to kind of put it in perspective, $27,000 was like $1 million to us, because we made $12,000 that year. That's it. So to be $27,000 in debt when you were just making ends meet, it was really tough. So my husband, we decided that we weren't going to do Christmas. You know, he said we can't do Christmas. Every dollar has to go to the hospitals and the doctors, which he was right, you know. But I had said, you know what, Chrissy, our 7-year-old, deserves a Christmas. We don't need anything. The baby doesn't need anything, but Chrissy deserves a Christmas. And I said, how about if I get out a little bit at night and just go work 1 or 2 nights a week and just make a little bit of extra money. But here was my criteria. I didn't want to work Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I had club with my daughter on Wednesday. I didn't want any childcare costs because we couldn't put Richie in any kind of daycare at all. He was too sick. It ended up just being a milk allergy, believe it or not.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
It was it. And what really turned the tide was they wanted me to give him a medicine that would make him sterile, but it could save his life. Okay. And because they said he's not going to be here past the age of 5, is what they said. So I was thinking, well, he gets to live a full life or he doesn't get to have kids. You know what I mean? And it was such a horrible decision. And I was asking all kinds of people for prayer. And my girlfriend, who's a peds nurse, said, Nance, go beyond, take him off all soy products as well as milk products and something else. And it cleared him up completely.
And they didn't figure that out?
No, 5 specialists, 5. He didn't have, to their extent, he didn't have any of the other symptoms or anything that he should have.
Milk allergy.
Okay. For a milk allergy. But long story short, I never gave him that medicine, and he has 3 children today, and he would have killed me. Okay. But
good thing you didn't. Good thing you took the milk away.
yeah. Well, and I had already taken him off milk. It was soy products as well, and we had to put him on goat's milk. And what was really interesting is a gallon of milk at that time was 97 cents.
Ugh.
Milk was $12 a gallon.
Oh my gosh.
It was huge money for us, huge. But you know what? It saved his life. So anyway, that's Richie was the reason I started. But I stayed
Because of Richie. No.
yes. Well, and you know, he's funny. He's 34 years old, and he goes, Mom, when are you going to stop calling me Richie? I said, never. You will always be Richie to me because you were a tiny kid. Richie. But and you know what?
Gosh.
Today it's like amazing because Richie is in the Navy.
Garbage.
There's a box under the counter.
He is, I couldn't be prouder of him. He leads teams, and I made him go to college first. He's got his degree, then wanted to serve our country. And I couldn't be more proud of him. And I just think, where would Richie be if that person didn't say something to me? And you know what I mean? Life turns, left and right turns in life. Can make all the difference in the world for us. I used to be an accountant and worked in full-time before I started having children, and I ran a 25-person accounting office. I was assistant to the comptroller. I mean, if I was going to get a job, I was going to the accounting world, right? That was my love. I love numbers, and Perian will tell you I love numbers. I do numbers a lot. But it's one of those things that left and right turns. I am so thankful that I started Pampered Chef because I found I loved it and it fit all around the important things in my life. I only worked 2 nights a week and built the size business I have today. And my first year, I earned $14,700. My second year, I earned $27,000. My third year, I earned $49,700. And my fourth year, I earned $97,000. Working
That's nice.
2 nights a week, 2 nights a week, and helping others join the business. Now, my first year, I should say my first 4 months that I like to say I really started my business. I was earning Christmas money my first 3 months of the business, but then I was going to quit because my my goal was done. And I realized I was going to throw away a business. And I had 76 leads of people I hadn't taken care of yet. And I was going to bring them to my sales meeting, just like you guys are meeting right now. I was going to bring those leads there and give them out to all my friends, my new friends. Mm-hmm. And I talked to my husband and I said, I'm throwing a business away. What do you think? And he said, Nance, he says, if you want to do it, just keep doing it. It's fine. As long as you keep it to 2 nights a week. That was our agreement. And that was like my first boundary. And that was a wonderful boundary to have because it kept me in check and it gave me enough time to help other people start their business. And awesome. Really good thing. What's really interesting is the party averages back then, $275 to $350 over those first couple of years. That's what virtual shows are averaging, $300 to $400. So it's kind of like you can mirror that. So if you did 2 virtual shows a week, you could mirror that 14/7. And I invited 7 people. I had 7 people start on my team between January 28th and May 31st. So in 4 months' time, 7 people joined my team. I became a director. And I think it's interesting to know that at that time, they had only, the most anyone had ever recruited in a year was 7 people. So in 4 months' time, I did 7 people. And then the next year was 11 people. The next year was 20. And then the next year was 38. So I love to tell people those numbers because they're very reproducible. They're very much things. I mean, Myrna recruited 5 people from her show last night of 8 people.
Oh my gosh.
5 people up last night.
Wow.
So, I mean, and we have this really unusual moment in time with this $39 kit, you guys. This has never happened in our history. They did a $39 kit last year, but there was no products, 0. It was just a box of paperwork. That was it.
Yes.
So this is the first time. It is a big deal. But even at $99 or $159 or $249, I mean, you're getting $1,000 worth of tools for $249.
Yep.
It's amazing. That's awesome. And it's a great way to build your kitchen and to start so that you have plenty. But right now there's this magical moment in time for the next week.
We still have a week left.
We have a week. And I spoke to somebody in Pennsylvania and she called me this morning. She goes, I'm going to do it. Let's sign me up. People right now that could probably use not only a night out, but could use some extra money. And it's our prime season. Now we have sales all year long, but in the fall, our sales are higher always because people have gone back into the kitchen. They're back in school and because of Christmas buying. So you're going to come in at a really awesome time. And what you do now is going to impact your business 90 days from now. So if you do the 2 to 4 shows a week, I don't know if you're doing live or virtual, or both, however you decide to do the business, that's awesome. But I like to do a combination of both because I think it's balanced. And I think that, that I love the social interaction personally. Like I've got brunch on Saturday and then the following Sunday, I've got an Sunday afternoon while the guys are watching football, we're getting together to do a party,
Yes.
But it's just, virtual it's a great way to expand your network across the whole country, but there's nothing like a live experience. And
right.
But some people who are super successful in virtual have never done a live show, and some live show people have never done a virtual. So the beauty is you can do each or none of each. That's up to you. You can still be successful no matter which way you do it. And so I wanted to share my story with you because everybody starts with a little reason why, and then their why can change. I started out for Christmas money, and I stayed for college money. Okay. I put my kids through college. I paid for their weddings. There's just all kinds of things that you can do with this business. You pay for a credit card. I mean, I understand about medical debt. I mean, I understand about debt. It can feel overwhelming, especially when they're charging you the kind of interest rates. I says it's really like loan sharking. I mean, credit cards, it's horrible. You know, it's horrible because you get into this cycle that it's hard to climb out of. And so I applaud you that you're doing something to get out of that. And there can come a time where because I was there with credit card debt, because we were so much in medical debt. We were borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, you know, and but it's really awesome to be able to pay that charge card off every month in full and not to have to worry about that, and to be able to get to that place. Or maybe it's college funds, or maybe it's retirement fund, or maybe you want to pay off your house really fast, you know. There's just so many reasons to be able to do this little extra job that it can fulfill whatever reasons you have. And you've got a great leader in Perian. I've been really impressed with her and what she's done, and she's out there. She's doing it, you know. So listen to what she has, the advice she has for you, and the guidance she has. And I'm always here for you as well, because I will always be your upline when Perian becomes a director. And Perian will be in on special director meetings and special websites, and she will bring all that information back to all of you. So it's just a great thing, and I'm very excited for you all. So tell me your plan. Tell me your plan. Who else needs to be active? And
well, we're gonna do a mega show starting tomorrow.
Oh, good.
So to get the sales.
Okay.
And Rhonda hasn't had any sales yet, so we've got to get her. And then Shannon is doing her launch party this weekend.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna try to get
she's going to work on. She's had $2,100 in sales this month.
Oh, nice.
So she's helped us get there.
It sounds like you're going to make your sales numbers. We just need 5 people active.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right.
And if we do these 2, 3, Shannon.
Well, that would be 5.
We need to get Addie.
Yeah, and then we just have to do have her do a sell or just something for 150.
Yes.
To get her active, to be all 5 of us in here.
Yeah.
And is that one of your recruits?
Yes.
Mine.
And I found out today she hasn't been answering my texts. She's pregnant. So
she gets really sick with her first kid. She got really sick too. So I've been trying to get a hold of her. I'm like, "Are you alive?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I just been really sick." And then her baby, who is 8 months, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is also he's got a cold, but she's got the morning sickness and just feels really crappy.
Okay.
So so I told her that I would meet with us tonight, and then I'd go and touch base with her at her house and get going.
Good. Yeah, even if she just does a little virtual show or has a sale, and let people know that she needs to have $150 in sales, they're doing, just say we've got a challenge. Use the word challenge, that we've been challenged to collect 150 in sales. And then I show the little video of the popcorn maker, the whipped cream maker, the brownie pan, and just give her some little things she can put. Do you like those products?
Yeah, no. Her daughter is sitting right over here, and
her eyes are going.
Yeah, and those are all things that are under $25 and easy to purchase. And or the brownie pan, maybe is it still 25 or 27? I'll have to look.
I don't know. I remember when it was 16.
Yeah.
So
I don't keep track of any.
That's been a while.
Of any prices anymore, because you know what? They change every 6 months. This one changes, this one doesn't, whatever. But I I stopped memorizing prices and numbers about year 2. Okay.
Look at the book.
That's I says, and now that they have this this wonderful
index in the back.
oh gosh, the best
Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
It's just the best ever. And I'll say, okay, let's find it together. And what that also does, you guys, is it shows people that you don't need to know it all. You don't, it would overwhelm people to think that they have to know that catalog and prices and numbers and all that kind of stuff, and just say, oh my gosh, I don't have to know any of that. That's what our book is for. So make your job look easy and make it also look like anybody can do it. All right. Don't be so great at it that people say, oh my gosh, you should have your own cable show. Okay.
No.
So, I mean, seriously, people have said that to people that, oh my gosh, you belong on TV. Well, what that doesn't say to them is it doesn't say I too can have a Pampered Chef business. So you want it relatable enough. I like to say to people, I'm the recipe reader. Okay. And I have people around my table with the different cutting mats with a tool and the food in front of them. And I have everybody put on gloves and we just cook together. Okay. I don't do the regular station show where there's a station over here and a station over here, just because I just feel like these people aren't seeing what these people are doing and vice versa. So I try to get everybody around a big table or around an island or just center stage so people can see each person what they're doing. They can all work the products, and I'm the recipe reader. And when people go, well, I can do that. I can do that. And I work off, I have a piece of paper that has notes on it, talk about the host special, talk about the booking special, talk about the guest special, talk about the recruiting special. So people see my notes right on my table, and that makes me very relatable. It makes people say, well, gosh, and I don't tell them I'm a national executive director. Quite honestly, they don't care. Okay. I am your kitchen consultant tonight. I am thrilled to be here. And I say, I've been doing this a while. Okay.
I've been doing this a while.
33 years. I don't say 33 years because you know what? They all say, what, did you start when you were 12? There was no labor laws back then. And then when they see this, sometimes they notice me in the catalog. So I'm in there a couple times here and here. And I just go, well, they'll do this. And I just laugh at them and because people don't care. You know what I mean? It's not important. What's important is I help them get what they need for their kitchen. And I help them see the possibilities that cooking isn't hard. And with a few of the right tools, yes, you too can do this.
Yeah.
Okay?
These two are both going to be great. So
yeah, that's awesome. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I was actually thinking while you were talking, I was thinking, my cousin's deaf and she has a lot of friends. And I know sign, so working with her and doing maybe a virtual party with her and getting on there and signing for them and saying, oh, I could do that, and then that way it kind of brings in another
that would be great. And quite honestly, there's only a few videos on there. It's mostly all reading and looking at pictures. Right. So the virtual show would be awesome for them. I had a phenomenal show. Did you say they're deaf?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I had a group of blind people at a show. Oh my gosh. And so we figured out which tools would work with them. Like our can opener is phenomenal for them because there's no sharp edges, and different things. And it was like unbelievable helping those people equipped with the right tools. The food chopper, that you can put that cup, the food in, turn it over, put the food in the cup, turn it over, and then chop. Their blades, it's not like a knife, for their hands. And a lot of these people were almost blind too. I mean, they were legally blind, but they could see a little bit. But same thing with deaf people for sure. I remember doing some shows for some people who couldn't speak English. And I would say something, and then the interpreter would say something, and somebody who knew both languages would do that, and then they'd laugh at the wrong parts, and I go, "What did you say?" A joke, So there's a lot of ways we can serve people and help them in their kitchens, and absolutely a virtual party for deaf people, for sure. That totally levels the playing field for them. Totally.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I thought about it, and even doing a live party with her, like just going to her house and showing them the quick cooker and the blender and how it can make their lives so much easier.
Yeah.
Because my cousin's very busy. She plays softball. She has a young child.
Okay.
Her husband works, so it's kind of like, okay, how can I help you? What can I do to make your life easier when you're cooking dinner?
Yeah, yeah. And don't be afraid to have a class this weekend and invite some friends over and say, hey, come on over. I need some guinea pigs to try some food. Come over and cook with me. You'll be amazed at how many of those people will say, oh my gosh, I want the quick cooker, or I want the cookware, or I want those knives. And they'll say, let's do a show together, but it doesn't need to be really far in advance. You guys, I've had $1,000 shows 2 days later. I mean, I met someone on a Friday night, and on Monday we had a $1,000 show, and she signed up. You can just text people and invite them over, or group message them. You can, or private message. It doesn't. In today's world, people know what they're doing in a couple of days. They don't know necessarily what they're doing in 2 or 3 weeks.
You are so right. Well, Maggie dated hers from a Monday to a Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look what she's done. So
we had yours, and then I had mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had hers on Friday. I came to your house on Monday, and the next Monday we had your party.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty fast.
There's my point is proven. See?
Yeah, exactly. And I think I did about the same thing when I signed up 6 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. I called Marsha Patch and said, I want to do it. And it was in January, and it was double rewards. So I'm like, heck yeah, let's go.
Well, and what's so cool now is weather doesn't ever have to be an issue, especially like I was in Chicago, you guys are in Iowa. When you have a snowstorm, those used to be cancellations. Well, not anymore. We tell people to Zoom in, and we do a show right from our kitchen with products that we've got, or we do a Facebook Live party. I always set everybody up on a little Facebook group, even if it's a live show.
I do too.
I interact with them with 1 or 2 posts a day so that they can get to know who's coming. But if for some reason something happened that I couldn't go, or the weather was inclement, we could just do a Facebook Live show, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Because I did a party for Maggie to help her out. I was like, oh, and then I invited a bunch of people from my Facebook page, and
your son was recording.
And my son did the live off of my phone, and was, he came to the party and as a guest, and I was like, here, this is your job, video us, and we're gonna go live on Facebook.
Awesome.
And he's like, okay.
It worked out really good. I went to that one too.
And the best part about it is you were so relatable, because in the middle of us preparing the food, her daughter's like, Mom, I gotta go to the bathroom. So she's like running her to the bathroom, and I'm like, well, while you're doing that, I'll show them the can opener.
I think they wanted, and then she wanted a drink or something.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, hey, give me a second. I got to get my kid a drink. And then just went back into it.
Alicia is only 2.
So, no, she's 3 now.
Oh, she's 3 now. That's right. I was at her birthday.
Baby's 3. Oh my gosh. I came from a family of 5 daughters. It's wonderful. I mean, I have 4 sisters. We all have homes in Florida. We all
nice.
4 of us had homes in Chicago, and now 3 of those have homes in Michigan. They want me to buy a house in Michigan, but it's not happening. I'm going down to 1 house. I have 2 houses to sell, And
Oh gosh.
and my condo is where it's going to be. That's it. I'm done. I can't wait to be done with all these houses. Oh my gosh. It's like managing 3 houses. I mean, and 2 of them they're now empty. I mean, so they're going on the market. I'll be asking for prayer from everyone about selling houses. So,
good luck.
yeah, it's an unusual time in the market. It's things aren't what they were last spring, different. And I was so shocked at what they said I could get for my house in Chicago because it was low. It wasn't anywhere near what I thought it was going to be. I says, well, I'm not doing this right now. And I came down to Florida. I said, all right, not putting it up yet, just wait. But I think when it happens, it will go. And it's a nice home. We just put way too much money into it, so, so shame on us, but oh well, someone's going to get a real blessing is how I have to look at it. So
yes, but you loved it when you were there.
You enjoyed it.
I did, and I was there for 28 years with my kids. So we have a lot of memories there, just a lot. And it's a big house and it's a big yard. I live on an acre, so and it's all gardens. So it was I literally worked myself right out of owning this because I can't keep up with the gardens anymore, and that's why I really need to sell this because I can't keep up with the landscaping. So. But it's okay. It's time for a new day, and I can't show you my beautiful
ocean view.
Ocean, yes. It's a bay.
Nice.
Charlotte Bay goes into the Gulf, but it's beautiful. There was dolphins playing. I prayed this morning, and I was doing my devotional, and I prayed and said, Lord, I haven't seen any dolphins this week since I've been back. I would really like to see some dolphins. 5 dolphins were playing out in front of literally 100 feet from my seawall, playing for over an hour. They were playing tag. I says, oh my gosh, look at this. Lord, you answered my prayer. It was so great. It was awesome. I love this.
That's so cool.
There's a lot of wildlife here. There's an osprey that they're almost like the size of an eagle. And there's an osprey that lives on the next building on the top of it. Now our buildings are only 3 stories high, plus the lower level, so 4 stories. But that's the max around here. So he's right there, and I think he's noticed my cats because it's so funny because he used to fly from this building to that building or go. He fishes all the time, but he used to fly above like I would see him take off from here and go above. Now he's going right in the middle of my windows. I have floor to ceiling. My whole front of my place and the 2 sides are all windows. And I think he's seen my cats because he is flying lower than he normally does. And my cats are going.
You better keep the cats inside.
Oh, there's no way to get out. But they're running across the front of my thing. It's just hysterical because these guys are interacting now. And there was like 30 pelicans right in front of my house yesterday, and they were all playing in the water. Yeah, that was so cool. So I need to look at what's new and not mourn what was. You know what I mean? So
right.
Yep.
It's just the way it is, and life happens to all of us, and we need to constantly look at and be thankful for all the gifts we've been given for today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, do you guys have any other questions? Because I'm taking too much of your time here. I'm sorry.
No, we're good.
All right. Well,
thank you so much.
You are
It's
welcome.
nice to meet you.
Oh, it's my privilege. I want you guys to text me when you get things when you get things going. Okay, I want to know when you got your 150 in. I want to know when your 5 people are active. Period. I want you to keep me on track because this is a great month to do this. You'll you'll qualify in October and be appointed November 1st. And what a great time to do that.
Well, and I kind of teased them yesterday and I said, you won't believe the November news.
Yeah.
And so as soon as they walked in, they wanted to know. Yeah. And so we're going to finish up October and they are working on November. So
awesome. So 5,000 is your goal, and you're already at 3,900, you said?
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you only have 1,100 to go for between all of you. And,
Yes.
and if you do the mega show and you get the other girls active, it'll be a breeze, you guys. It'll be a breeze.
And I have a catalog show coming in on the 30th. So
Okay.
I always tell everybody the day before the end of the month.
That is so smart because you never know when you're going to have a declined credit card.
Oh my gosh.
I have had people not make directorship numbers by 39 cents.
Oh my gosh.
Credit card. They thought they were over. It held up a whole party. I've had people not make a trip for less than $1.
Oh gosh.
And
Can you imagine that?
They have to have rules when you're dealing with 40,000 people. They have
Yes.
to have rules and they have to stay with them. So it's how can I say, it's fair for everybody. They're not going to treat me any different than they're going to treat you. And let me tell you, there's no exceptions for those hard and fast rules. So you guys don't miss out on things because you miscalculated.
Definitely. Definitely.
You'll never do it a second time, but I don't want you to do a first. Okay. So anyway, well, thank you so much for spending this time. If you guys ever can't get a hold of Perian, just call me, text me.
Oh, she's so good at getting back. So good.
Yes, I know. I'm sure she is. I'm sure. And Perian, thanks so much for asking me just to do this little call. You know,
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You are very welcome. My privilege. And you guys, I'm going to be celebrating right along with you. We'll celebrate at your next meeting. I'll get on and we can go, woohoo!
Okay, sounds like a deal.
I have a 6-year-old granddaughter in cheerleading now. And so, no, do cheerleading fingers.
Yeah.
Jazz hands.
All right.
Yes.
Well,
Very good.
Thank
you.
Send you this link. Thanks, Perian.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, you guys. Be blessed.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.